Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knights of the Round Table discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, The Truth, with me. How are you doing, sir?
Man, finally, international football's over. We can get back to proper football. You know what? I don't know if you watched any of the international games, but they were so dead, man.
Boring.
And do you know what the worst is, yeah? Like, it's awful football. It's awful football being played. Like, all the way through.
None of the players want to get injured, so they're all just doing this, oh yeah, let me just get through it. The tactics are awful. Everything's just bad, man. It's just boring football. It's either they're tight games for no reason, or one team's just absolutely smashing another. Like, I think, what did Belgium win, like 8-0?
Yeah, like facing teams like Gibraltar and all that nonsense. Like,
Holland won 7-0.
It's just not enjoyable. Like, I remember the days when you had international games. It was a chance for stars to meet up. And, you know, they used to have fun while they're playing. Yeah, it was serious, but they used to have fun. Now it's serious, but you got such subpar managers. Like freaking Deschamps. Yeah, I don't care if he's won a World Cup. He's the ass manager. And you got freaking your boy Gareth Southgate.
Oh, my days. My fam. What did I tell you? Yeah, as soon as Jordan Henderson comes back, that midfield is going to be Henderson, Dyer, and what was the other one? And Declan Rice.
Oh man!
I'm telling you, fam, it's terrible football. Didier Deschamps is just a French Ole, bruv. I don't care what anyone says. He's a French Ole, bruv, because that French team should be blowing all teams away.
I know. Like teams like you look at these strong teams and just like winning 1-0, Germany losing to freaking North Macedonia.
Who invented that?
North Macedonia was a team.
Who invented that? Like, since when did they split up? Like, I didn't. Are we going back to the days of West Germany and that? Like,
fam, I saw it popped up on my screen. I saw the name Pandev come up. I said I was playing. Goran Pandev was 30-something back in FIFA 2010. I used to play for him Inter Milan because I used to play 4-4-2. I said, yes, Pandev used to play on the left side of my strike. Yeah, sorry, FIFA 2010. Because Inter was my team back then. I used to play Goran Pandev. I was like, why is Goran Pandev still playing football and scoring against Germany?
Goran Pandev was playing with a Zimmer frame and still scored against Germany. It's
Oh, that miss from Werner though.
My days. Listen, I think Romans, I think Tu's gonna have to make a call, bruv. If he was on here, I think he'd have to make a call because them misses are unacceptable. But people, it's as the Truth said, the Premier League is back this weekend, so we actually have some good football to watch. Make sure before we start to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, get the comments up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. Back to the Premier League, finally. Looking forward to it. Some big games on the weekend. We may or may not, people, have Jay and Mr. KA joining us. They may jump in, they may not. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, big game of the weekend, Arsenal versus Liverpool. In terms of the league, it's not really a big game, but it's two massive clubs that we all like to watch. And this game is the highest scoring Premier League fixture. There's always goals. Yeah. Arsenal, Liverpool, highest scoring Premier League fixture. There's always goals in this game. Truth. Obviously, before the international break, you lot had that mad game against West Ham, that 3-3. It was a brilliant game to watch, to be fair. I mean, for the neutral, I know as an Arsenal fan, it probably wasn't so. But going into this one, just let me know your thoughts. How you thinking? What's your thought process? I mean, we're into April now. It's crunch time. That's the last. I think that's the last international break until the
Yeah,
league
it's October.
ends.
Okay.
So you haven't got to worry about that. But let me know your psyche. This game against Liverpool. What's your thought process? What are you thinking?
It's a weird one because for the first time, I think both teams are going into the game thinking, is it our top priority?
Mm.
Like, we both got midweek games that are serious games. Like, let's be real. Us and this game takes precedence to Real Madrid and Liverpool. And for us, we got Slavia Prague, which is, we're at the business end of Europe now. Liverpool are probably looking at the table and thinking, top four, we're not that far away, but they're 5 points out, 10 points behind Leicester. You're probably thinking Chelsea have got their hands around that fourth place because they're not shipping in goals. So it's hard for Liverpool to really put all the eggs into the basket of the Premier League. For us, we're ninth place. I mean, I guess we can go catch eighth. That's about it. Not really looking too much past there. Could probably catch Tottenham in sixth, but that's about it. We're not really looking at the league either. So for the first time, you're probably going to see a free-flowing game. I think both teams are going to go for it. I don't see the point of either team settling for anything else but a win. And it should be an open game. It should be a great open game.
I mean, as I said, historically, this fixture is always open. I mean, one that sticks out, obviously, it was at Anfield, but that 4-4, the Andre Arshavin show, brilliant. Just to name one of the games that have been so brilliant between the two of you. But in terms of momentum, I mean, unbeaten in 7 games in all competitions before the international break. Obviously, 2 weeks off. You want to get the ball rolling again. Obviously, you have got the Europa League in midweek. Would it be foolish for Arteta not to take this game seriously?
I think a win goes a long way into setting the tempo, as you said, for the rest of the season. As you said, there's no more international break. From now to the end of the season, it's, foot on the throttle. You have to go bang. Week after week is going to be 2 games a week if we do reach further in the Europa League. So in terms of momentum, you are looking to get that win. But in terms of the impact a result has, like a loss, I don't think has too much of an impact for both teams because, as I said, they're both going to be looking more seriously at Europe than anything else. Rightfully so for us. That's the only way right now that we're going to get anywhere near Europe. And for Liverpool are too big right now to be outside of Europe, be outside the Champions League. I mean, let alone outside Europe. They're too big right now. If there was Liverpool like a few years back, then it's okay. But right now, they're way too big to be at the Champions League. And we know that Champions League money, with Rona hitting, a lot of teams took a big hit. So financially, they need that Champions League. So I don't see them looking too much into a bad result in this fixture, to be honest.
No, I hear that. In terms of the team selection, obviously you've got players coming from here, there, and everywhere. Obviously because of international break, but considering that it is Slavia Prague on Thursday and you're at home, it's not like you're traveling away. Surely, I mean, you're playing Saturday night because Liverpool got their Champions League on a Tuesday. So you got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Thursday morning. Surely you lot can go for it. Go for it. Play the big guns and still have enough time to rest and recuperate before Slavia Prague at home.
Yeah, the thing is, okay, so let me look at the people that didn't travel. You look at your I don't think the African players, or a few of them traveled, or they had less games or so, like 1 game or 2 games, if that. Saka was injured, so he didn't travel, so I don't think he's going to be risk, to be honest. Gabriel didn't travel. We had quite a few people still back at home.
Okay.
To be honest. So in terms of us putting out a fully fit side, I think we should just do it because, as you said, there's more than enough time between Thursday. They're going to be a bit rusty. You know, when you have 2 weeks off after such a busy period, it takes you a while to get back into the swing of things. So by all means, I think definitely go out for it. I want to see a positive performance. What I don't want to see, and I'd be so angry if I see it, is a game where Liverpool are penning us back for 70% of the match. Because let's be real, this is not the Liverpool side of the start of the season. You know, everyone and their mum is getting at this Liverpool side.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't at least go at them, I'll be really, really annoyed with Arteta.
No, I hear that. I think they're there for the taking. I mean, obviously Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Jordan Henderson, just to name a few, are still out. So in terms of centre back, especially, they are definitely there for the taking. They got Trent Alexander at right back. So I mean, that's light work. that is light
I'm
work.
telling you, whoever's up against him has got a free reign to do what he wants.
Well, speaking of the guy that's up against him, talk to me about Aubameyang's form. It's been up and down. I think he got subbed in the West Ham game, right?
Yeah,
he got subbed off in the West Ham game. What's going on with him mentally? What's going on there? Is it just a loss of form, or is it deeper than that? Because this season he hasn't been performing as well as he has done since he's been at the club.
The way I see it is that I have to blame Arteta for Aubameyang's loss of form, because yes, it's okay to play him out on the left in certain games, but then when that became the norm, it's like, really, you wasted so much time playing on there, and then all of a sudden he moved him back into the middle. He started scoring again. All of a sudden he's back out wide to accommodate. There's just too much moving, chopping, and changing. Players like to play in a certain position. You know, in a game against Man City last season or the game against Chelsea, it's fine because we weren't expecting to have loads of the ball. We're just there for the counter attack, and it worked to a game plan. But when you're doing it in games, you know, against, for example, West Ham, we're playing Lacazette and Aubameyang could go out on the right. It's not good for him. It's not good for him, especially someone who's 31 now.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to do donkey work no more. His dangerous position is that 18-yard box. Okay, that penalty area. That's where he does his damage, not out wide. So Arteta's got a lot to answer for that. I don't like the way Arteta's really utilized Aubameyang this season, and Arteta has to be blamed partly for Aubameyang's form. Bear in mind, Aubameyang's got some responsibility being the captain and all to, no matter what, put the shift in, but there's only so much you can do as a player, man.
No, it's true. But on the flip side of that, I mean, obviously the loss of form of Aubameyang and playing him out on the left, but to coincide with that, we've seen Lacazette come into some form. So how would you, obviously you're a coach, how do you now try and accommodate the two? Do you play a 4-4-2? Do you go back to playing a back three? How do you get them both in the team? Because you need your captain in your team, but Lacazette's been in good form recently, and we had to rely on him to get the goals. So how do you complement the two?
First of all, Arteta's not brave enough to go 4-4-2. If I'm a coach, bam, I'll straight away go 4-4-2. I don't care. I try to play to our strengths. At the moment, all of these coaches love too much to play to what the opposition is doing. I'm not a fan of that. You know, you play to what your strengths are. If you got two dangerous strikers, use them, utilize them, play them. One of the issues that we have is we have a weak, soft center. When you think about Granit Xhaka, when you think about David Luiz, Leno's not the most solid of goalkeepers. So we got a very, very soft center. So you can understand why he loves his numbers in midfield, you know, whether it's a 3-4-3 or the 4-5-1 with the two holding players. You can see why he would go for that. For me, you just play one or the other. It doesn't work playing both. You either drop Aubameyang or drop Lacazette. At the moment, it's not working. I don't like Aubameyang out wide. For me, you think out wide, Aubameyang, you rather play Pepe. Pepe gives you a lot more than Aubameyang out wide. He can beat players. He's got a better delivery. Or Saka. Why would you play Oba out wide? Like just drop him. If you don't want to play him out wide, then drop him. In the bigger games, when you want the goals, I say stick Oba through the middle and play the two wide players. Drop Lacazette. Premier League, play Lacazette.
Fair enough. I mean, Pepe. Listen, the jury's still out on Pepe from a lot of people, and I know it's a case of he hasn't got an extended run in the side, but the jury's still out on whether or not he can do it in the Premier League. He's got the talent, I can see it, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Obviously, he's got other options. He's got Smith Rowe, he's got Saka.
But do you know what really annoys me though? I don't, with Arteta, as I said, I want him to succeed. But there's a kind of favoritism going on where a player like Pepe, he needs a consistent run. It's like, even if he plays badly in a game, you put your arm around him and be like, look, you had a bad game. Next game, go out and prove yourself. What you can't do is drop him after a bad game, which he does so much. And then a lot of players, no matter if they have poor or bad games, will play first game in the team sheet for the next game. You think about your Xhaka because it's based on metrics. You think David Luiz had a shocker against West Ham. Shocker. For the first goal, letting Antonio just running him, backing off, let him get the crossing easily. He didn't show him down the line. For the second goal, Antonio wanted it more than him. I was like, but Luiz is going to be the first name on the team sheet for the next game. Same with Xhaka, first name on the team sheet. Don't get me wrong, I love Smith Rowe and Saka and that, but if they have a bad game, they're still going to be starting in the next game. Pepe, every time I see him this season, when he's had a bad game, next game he's out. He even has good games and next game he's out. It doesn't help. Imagine Alex Ferguson did that with Cristiano. Cristiano when he first came in, yes, he was flashy, but he had some shocking games sometimes.
He did.
But Alex Ferguson said, a lot of the players said to Ronaldo, it doesn't matter. We just want you doing one thing. You have a poor game, next game, go and prove yourself. And that's what happens.
I mean, obviously, and I understand that, like, dropping someone after one bad game isn't the answer because you're just going to destroy their confidence. But at the same time, especially in the modern game where managers are under pressure to get results, it's difficult. It's one of them ones. Like, I 100% agree with you. Give them a run in the team because other players get a run and they've been shit for however long. My team, for example, doesn't matter how terrible Sonic the Hedgehog is, he's going to be in that team until the fans turn on him and say otherwise. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I 100% get what you're saying there. In terms of Liverpool, I mean, they've just been on a yo-yo thing at the moment. I mean, in the last 10 league games, they've won 4 and lost 6. They did that whole. Hold on, wait. I think is it 6?
6 games. Yeah, it was 6 games at home
that they lost. But still, they're like only 5 points off top 4, which makes no sense. But that's just how crazy the league has been.
That's crazy.
And listen, every time someone has a bad run, it doesn't matter. Because they still are within touching distance of top 4. It's just a stupid season like that. But what are you expecting from them? Like, because it's a bit of an unknown at the moment. You don't know what Liverpool you're gonna get.
I couldn't tell you. In the Champions League, they dispatched of Leipzig with no issues. In the league, they've just been having a much harder time. Even the game they won against Wolves, that was a struggle for them.
Yeah.
They needed that win, but it was a struggle for them. I'm sitting right here right now. I can't tell you what Liverpool is going to show up because before Jota came back, Salah, Mane, Firmino couldn't buy a goal.
Mm.
And, you know, Jota's come in. He's done amazing for Portugal. I think he scored like 3 goals for Portugal in the...
Yeah.
Something like that since he's for international. So of everyone on the pitch, Jota for me is the one I fear the most. That defense, as I said, if we don't get at that defense, I'll be annoyed. Even that midfield, if we don't get at that midfield, because they are playing like Russian roulette with their midfielders. It's Thiago, Wijnaldum,
and Curtis Jones.
I think they're gonna have to put Fabinho back in there and risk playing, you know, Kabak and Williams, or I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. They keep on chopping and changing, but we have to get at that midfield and defense, because that's how you beat Liverpool. Leave the back door open. I don't care. When you got Mane, he takes at least 10 chances to score 1 goal. So do it. You get me?
Listen, I think what you said is going to be interesting. Fabinho is back. Fabinho and Firmino are back from injury. Firmino not so important because Jota's there. I think Jota will cause you more of a problem. But Fabinho being back is going to be interesting if Klopp plays him at centre-back or if he plays him in midfield. Me personally, I think if he plays him in midfield, that causes you a lot more of a problem. Because it makes it more solid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to think playing Kabak. I don't know where they found him. I don't know if anyone's seen Schalke play this season, but if you saw Schalke play, you wouldn't have signed Kabak. You wouldn't have signed him. I'm sorry, like I don't know where that came from. Him and someone like Mustafi are the same player. Like Kabak's just a younger Mustafi right now. Man said,
I know everyone said that he's been playing well, but he played well for Schalke. But you don't go no clean sheets. I think it's 1 clean sheet this season. You don't have 1 clean sheet and then say that defenders played well. So
it's gonna be a mad one. Listen, I hope that Kabak. And what's that slow one? Is it Williams or is it the other one? What's that slow?
Williams.
My days, bruv. This guy's slower than Harry Maguire, bruv. I'm telling you, like, he does not move when he's running. So if he plays them two, and then you got Trent at right back, I'm expecting at least I'm expecting at least a goal each for Laka and Aubameyang.
That's the joke. I just want to see a high-scoring game today. There's not much riding on this game for us in terms of league position. You know,
is it a must win for Liverpool purely because there's no guarantee that they're going to win the Champions League? Don't they have to keep the both of them going? Because you got Real Madrid now. We know that Real Madrid team is so dead. It is so dead. Like, oh my Lord, it's so dead. But obviously after that they get Chelsea in the semis because, like, let's be honest, they're going to beat Porto, and then a potential of meeting City, PSG, or Bayern in the final. Surely they've got a good fight on both fronts. So surely this game against Arsenal is a must win. They have to go for it themselves.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, they have to. They have to go for it. That's the minimum that they could do. As you said, their Champions League hopes are not guaranteed. Keep the league going as long as possible, because, you know, with Chelsea in there's always a chance. I've said to keep on saying the same with Chelsea. I know Tuchel looks like he's doing a good job, but they are not scoring freely and they're not playing freely, like making a lot of chances. So there is a chance that they could get a few draws in there and you're right back in the, you know, you're right back up in there. You know, 2 draws and you're right back. Right. I think Chelsea have still got to face Liverpool. No, Chelsea beat them. Chelsea got to face us. So there's still a few hard games for Chelsea.
And they got Spurs as well, no? I think they've still got a place.
No, they got
No?
Man City.
Oh,
Man City.
Okay.
Yeah, they've still got a tough run. They've still got City.
Mm.
They've still got Leicester. You know, Villa away. They've got a few tough runs there. Fulham are fighting for their lives. Brighton's still fighting. Chelsea's run is, about medium difficulty. And when you're not scoring the amount of goals like they should be doing, draws are there to happen. Look at the Leeds game. Leeds game, both teams didn't look like they were going to score. So, yeah, Liverpool definitely have to win to have a chance of finishing in top 4.
No, of course. As we welcome Mr. KA to the building. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Sorry for my late appearance, man. But
come on, man.
Glad to be here.
We have to start. Hey, TJ, we have to start finding people. Well, you think Oba's the only one that that gets fined? Nah, we're gonna start finding people. They're not showing up on time.
Oh dear, it's glad to have you
Yeah,
here.
Tuesday goes to the gym. You've been doing some push-ups. Push-ups.
I just started my work. I'm started work again, man.
Okay.
Man,
as you were. Yeah, I can see the shoulders out there. Like,
Mr.
man's got a
KA.
t-shirt. It's cold outside. It's in the t-shirt, bro. Sorry, TJ. Go on.
What are you saying? He's got the tightest t-shirt. You found the tightest t-shirt. Like, yeah.
I'm not wearing my usual hoodie today. Fresh haircut.
Some illegal haircut, bro.
Hot girl summer, bro. It's coming, bro.
Oh no. No. Oh no.
It's coming. Anyway, let me not distract too much, man.
It's okay. Before we're just about to wrap up, but I want to give you your input on the Arsenal-Liverpool game for the weekend. What are you expecting from the game?
Sure, anything with an Arsenal win, I'll be happy with. But if it could be an exciting one, like the ones like previous games in the past, 4-4 Arsenal win, Theo Walcott scored some big goals there. So we can get another exciting game because they usually are. It's at Anfield, right?
No,
Emirates.
Oh, okay. They're not really as exciting at Emirates, are they? It's usually Anfield that is where you.
Emirates was remember the 3-3 when Liverpool went 2-0 up and then 2, and then we came back and then we went 3-2 and then they scored.
Giroud scored, didn't it?
Yeah,
that one.
3-3.
That
one was Ozil. Xhaka scored that one when Mignolet, I don't know what Mignolet did. Mignolet was trying to swat a fly and he palmed it into his goal.
Yeah. So if we can get another game with a nice scoreline, exciting game, I'll be happy with that. But if Arsenal win, that's what I want. So
hold on. Mr. K, say something again, please.
Can you not hear me? Hello?
Oh, no. It was just, we heard you. But I was just glitching a little bit, but we're all good. 100%. I think that's what everyone wants. I think everyone just wants an exciting game, an open game, loads of goals and entertainment. I know, obviously, you lot as Arsenal fans, you lot don't want to be seeing some madness because obviously you want to see Arsenal win. But for us as neutrals, I'd take another 4-4 any day of the week, mate. I mean, the last game with West Ham was exciting, so I want this one to be just.
That's what I'm saying. Like when in the position that we are in right now, 9th year, having good games is like we're not looking up, we're not looking down. So you might as well just have good games, innit? Like we're not really pushing for anything.
Can you see Liverpool scoring though? Because I don't know if.
Well, if Jota wasn't back, I'd be like no. But with Jota there,
Jota and Salah had good international breaks. They both got goals over for Egypt and for Portugal.
Yeah.
So they could come back feeling refreshed, and that break could have done them some good. That's the only thing I worry about. If it was before the international break, we can catch him in bad form. But
I'll be shocked if Klopp goes 100%, because with them and injuries this season, it's just been emotional. So I'll be shocked if Klopp really goes all at it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, as long as it's not that 5-1 scoreline from back in the day,
at all costs, let's just avoid.
As long as we don't lose 5-1.
I think them days are over. I don't think Arteta is gonna do that. I mean, I'm fascinated by it, and obviously towards the end, we'll predict what the scoreline is going to be. But
that was 5-1 twice though. We lost to them. 2018 and 2014.
Oh my days!
I think it
Oh
was.
no! After one of them, didn't Oxlade-Chamberlain jump ship after one of them? I'm sure he did.
It probably was just after that, yeah. But I can't
Yeah.
remember for sure.
I hear that. But yeah, exciting game, big game for the weekend, people. Obviously, we'll predict towards the end, but I can't wait for it as a neutral fan, and I bet these two can't wait either, especially with Slavia Praha. You think they both have to go for it? They will have to go for it. I mean, Slavia Praha under 21s can take care of that game. Should be fine. but we are going to move on to breaking news that happened earlier this week. Sergio Aguero has said that he's finally leaving Man City. His contract is running out at June after 10 years at the club. Truth, going to come to you first. In terms of Aguero, how good has he been for Man City?
He's been, when you think about the best player the last decade, I think Sergio's name is on top of the list. KDB is a close second. But in terms of his consistency throughout his career at Man City, I think he's been their player of the decade, probably right now the best player in their history. And I'm talking about your Benjanis, your Joe, these legends.
Man said Joe, blood.
Benjani,
Don't
Joe,
forget Sean Goa, mate. Don't forget
Sean Goa, Roque. I think they had Santa Cruz at one time.
Yes, Dzeko.
They got fooled by Blackburn, bro. He had that one great season in Santa Cruz, and then he went there and flopped hard.
These man. But wasn't the Paulo of one chop City player?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. So I take that back. He's not better than Paulo one chop. But all jokes aside, like he's been a amazing servant for City, amazing for the Premier League, best in their history, top goal scorer in the thingy. So definitely.
I mean, I just got some stats here for you people. Bear with me. 257 goals in 384 appearances. 181 goals in the Premier League, 46 assists, 4 league titles, FA Cups, League Cups, 6 season, 20-plus goals, top scoring overseas player of all time, most hat-tricks in the Premier League, best minutes per goal ratio, most goals in a match without playing the full 90 minutes, only needs 3 goals to eclipse Rooney's all-time scoring record for one club. 4th on the all-time list. He needs 7 more to go ahead of Andy Cole. I mean, this guy's just been a goal machine, hasn't he, Mr. K?
Yeah, man. I'll be surprised them 7 goals come on the last game of the season.
I'm telling you.
That's Timothy Aguero last game season heroics, man. And they'll probably try and feed him everything. They're gonna arrest him for a whole month so he can play that final game of the season. And imagine if they have fans back. Oh my days!
Oh yeah, that would be great. For brilliant,
and he deserves to have fans back as well.
Of course.
Because as the truth said, he's been an amazing servant for the Premier League. Everyone's gonna remember him for that memorable goal against QPR.
I know, that's.
Do you know who I think is the biggest unsung hero in that whole kind of sequence?
Balotelli.
Yes. Because he threw himself for that last ditch flick on, and it was such a perfect pass as well into Aguero's stride. But Aguero took that touch.
I nearly hung myself that day, bro.
I was gonna say it must be it's a bittersweet memory for you, isn't it?
I'm telling you. I mean, it's a great moment when you look back on it. But that day, I was because listen. That day when it started, I thought, oh yeah, City's just gonna win it. Then I saw the score. And then I was like, I was like, oh, do you know what? Forget it. Went outside to play football. All of a sudden, with the man them saying City's losing, and I'm like, what? Then United scored.
This is it, innit? Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, there was these guys on the field, bruv. Sorry, I know I'm going off one. There's guys on the field, and they were like, oh my days. I'm like, what's going on? They were like, oh, City scored in the last second. I was like, you're chatting rubbish. Showed me the phone. I was going to take man's phone and throw it into the allotments, bro. I was like, are you taking the piss? But nah, it was a brilliant moment for the Premier League, a brilliant moment for him to seal Man City's first title in how many centuries of not winning the Premier League. Truth, you've been saying in the group chat, right, that you don't necessarily respect Sergio Aguero to a certain level. Would you like to elaborate for the people as to why that is?
As much as he's been a great goal scorer, unfortunately, I have to hold City against him, because unlike any other team, we're talking about a team that has had 2 billionaire owners since 2008. They've literally poured money into the club, which guaranteed a certain amount of success. And while he has been a great striker and a great servant, he's always played with amazing players. Always. We're not talking about a lull for City. We're talking about he had David Silva, Yaya Toure, now KDB, now he's got Gundogan, Leroy Sané, Sterling. He's always had the supply because those players have always been available to him. And in terms of other strikers, Henry, Drogba, I put Drogba up there just because they had that lull after Mourinho left. The first time he left, he had a lull there where the players weren't as great as they could have been. But Drogba, especially in big games, was just immense all the time. And he offered a bit more in terms of what he was. He was a big man that had a touch, which made him, up there. Alan Shearer played for lesser teams. I know Shearer's your boy. Don't get me wrong, Aguero's my top 5, but I'm not putting him over those people for me. Henry, Drogba, Shearer. I think I had one more. I can't remember who the fourth one was actually. I can't remember who number 4
was. It Rooney?
Might have been Rooney. Yeah, I can't put him above them, unfortunately.
Mr.
Just
K,
because he played for Man City.
Mr. K, care to retort?
You can't hold that against him, man. You can't
Why
hold that
not?
against him because he's still up there. If you look up all the top Premier League stats, he's in the top 3 or he's number 1, and Drogba's not there. No matter how much I love Drogba, he's not up there. So
Drogba came in at a time where there was the Invincible. He had to face that incredible United team in 2008, 2009. He was coming in against a backdrop of some real big hitters. This City side came across the perfect time. Alex Ferguson was retiring. That team was dying, especially 2013. So there was a space, there was a gap. And that's why City took full advantage, considering the millions and millions that they pumped in. I think I saw a stat.
and the millions.
And millions.
This guy's going into some like WWE promo.
Yeah, I saw a stat. I think the only team to come close to Man City in terms of how much they pumped in has been PSG. And do you know what the difference is? PSG has pumped in 800 million, Man City 1.4 billion. Bear that in mind that PSG have bought Mbappe, what do you call it? Neymar for 200 million. Like, bear this in mind.
It has been a revolving door at City, and yes,
it has. I was thinking about that. Yeah,
the money aspect is there, but Aguero came in a time where they had man like Stephen Ireland,
this is what
Michael
I was gonna say.
Johnson.
Ireland was a baller.
Like fucking
he was
a past it Colo Torre.
I
Like,
was gonna say this. No, it's true. TJ's right.
So it's not all been roses for Aguero. And as I said, the most difficult title to win is that first one, especially after a long time. And the way that they did it, right, and the way that Aguero was pivotal to it, you can't hold I'm not having you hold that title, the first one against him. I think any of the rest of them, I think I can understand what you're saying, and I agree. Not that I hold it against him in terms of goal scoring, but I understand you. But that first one, the way you have to get off over that hurdle with obviously with Fergie still there, with Chelsea still there, with Wenger still there. Like you have to give credit where credit's due, and no credit goes to Mancini because he didn't do anything. He's a shit manager. No credit goes to him. That guy just went to places where all the money is.
I give no credit because Fergie let an 8-point league slip with how many games to go. So I'm not going to give.
Exactly.
I'm not going to give credit.
That's testament to City, not Mancini, but testament to the players.
All that clown had to do was beat Everton. Okay, all that team, but that shows how dead that United team was. But you're talking about team was thingy. This team, that team in 2012 had company.
A young company.
I remember these players are all new.
A young company. Where did he come from? Anderlecht.
I don't remember.
I thought it was Hamburg off the top of my head, but I can't remember.
Could be Hamburg. Yeah. I think it was Hamburg. Yeah, so a young Vincent company.
He wasn't that young.
In terms of like the way, obviously the stature that.
In terms of leader, in terms of lead, but still,
a young Joe Hart in goal. Yeah, a young Joe Hart in goal. You're forgetting that one. A problematic Balotelli. Man letting the fireworks in his house.
As Kay just said, Balotelli is the one that won it for them. You know, you're forgetting they had Carlos Tevez, they had Pablo Zabaleta, they had David Silva. That team was stacked. They had Nigel De Jong.
Yeah, but they all came together and they weren't. They had to figure it out. Yeah, they didn't go right away.
That's what I'm saying to you. As I said, that first one for me, I can't have it. But anyone after, I agree with you completely. But getting that first one over the holder with a dead manager as well, like you have to give the guy credit.
And you know one thing as well, I thought he was going to talk about his injury record.
Oh yeah.
No, I think his injury record improves what he's done in terms of his strike rate, you know.
I feel like that's what held him back. Yeah, because if he wasn't injured as much as he was, he would have done so much more.
No, of course.
I think if he's not injured as much as he was, he beat Shearer's record for me.
And that's so that should be testament to the player that he is, that where he is in all the record books with the amount of injuries he had.
Look, the only thing I say is that this is what I'm saying: put Rooney, Henry, Drogba, and
Rooney's not above him for me.
No, I'm saying put Rooney, Henry, Drogba, Shearer in that Man City team. I see the same thing.
Not with Rooney.
Come on, he scored. He scored. How much goal did he score? Was it 200 and 200?
Rooney's not a number 9 though.
206. 206. Yeah, and that's the reason why Rooney's not a number 9. Yes, he had that one season for us.
I'm talking about playing in that Man City team. If he have to play number 9,
yeah, that's what we're saying. Rooney's position.
Not to Aguero's level. He hasn't got the instinct to do that. Not to Aguero. Don't be wrong. He probably still wins titles, but in terms, you see that last game, that title winning, Rooney doesn't score that goal. He doesn't score that goal because he wouldn't have been in position. He would have dropped deep into the number 10 role.
I don't think even Drogba would have scored that goal. Drogba would have shot.
Oh no, Drogba scores that goal. Come on, he's
do you think he would have taken that touch around the new home? Do you think he would have taken that touch?
Mr. K.
No, think about it. Do you think he would have taken that touch? Do you think he would have taken that touch? Because it was that touch that a lot of players will try to hit it first time and finesse it bottom corner. He took that touch.
We're talking about a guy in the big games that was just a big game player. He would have found a way to not even let it come to the point that they were 2-1 down. You know,
that low block was serious that day, man.
Dear. But yeah. Listen. Anyway, this ain't top 5 debate. We're gonna have that debate. Top 5 Premier League strikers of all time. We're gonna do all of that in the off season. But just to wrap up on, because obviously Aguero's getting a statue. Man City have confirmed it.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is well deserved. To the two of you, Mr. K first. What will Aguero's... No, yeah. Actually, I've got 2 questions. I'm going to ask Mr. K this one, and I'm going to ask the truth one after. Mr. K, in terms of Aguero's legacy, what will it be for the Man City as a club and to the fans?
I think his legacy will just bring them a sense of like belonging, kind of like Sorry, I'm not I'm not quite sure
One sec,
actually.
one
Because,
sec.
oh, is it messed up?
Oh, I thought you were breaking
No,
up.
we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and I think the legacy will be because it was their first title. It kind of put them amongst the big boys, and all the
Yeah.
goals that he scored, he helped them become a big club. So I think that's what their legacy. Because when they first got their money, people still saw them as like Man City, and the noisy neighbours. Like Fergie had no respect for them, and
Hmm.
everyone when Fergie didn't respect them, no one else really respected them until they won that title. So I think that's kind of legacy that he will leave. That he made them that big club. He scored the goals, and that statue is well deserved because he helped them to be where they are. Like he'll be part of the history books. Like when you're writing the Man City story.
100% him alongside with company, Torre, David Silva.
4 5, man. He needs a statue as well, man.
Those guys were critical to Man City going on the tear that they've been on. And Truth, just as a final question, how do you replace it? How do you replace them goals? How do you replace his impacts? What do City do?
One name.
Those guys.
One name. Haaland.
Yeah.
160 million, yeah?
You go and that's worth it. You go and get Haaland. Generational talent. You don't get these that come across very often. It's like the NBA when you got a chance to sign Anthony Davis, you give up everything for him. When you got a chance to sign these generational talents, you go and do it, boy. You give up everything
And it makes sense
for
as well.
a player.
Him going City, it makes sense.
But there is a prime factor in that, and his name is Raiola, who does no business with Pep. So will that be a massive stumbling block?
Hey, one thing you have to remember with any agent, money talks. Money talks. Man City are one of the
that money needs to be with that
Even-
kind of
That
agent.
money needs to be
Raiola.
massive, bro.
even with Raiola, money talk. No, think about it. No team is going to go right now and give 160 for Haaland. Okay, even PSG won't do that in this climate. But what team can put across the best package? That's what it's going to become at. What team is going to give the best package for Haaland? And it's going to come to that. I'm talking about players, cash plus players. And I think Man City can afford to do that.
No, it's true. But just other names, obviously Mbappe. I don't think anyone's getting him this season because PSG were 250.
Yeah. That's a
What
lot.
about Sugarcane? What about Sugarcane?
I don't. K. I don't know. I'm asking you. Do you think he suits Man City?
Oh, I think they would have to change their style a bit because I think Kane will be forced to stay in the box. I don't think he can play the same game that he plays at Spurs, where he's a bit more influential, where he drops deep and that he can roam around and take shots outside the box. I don't see him doing that at City because he doesn't need to. They've got the players to find him. They've got the players who can shoot outside the box. So it'll work. He's a goal scorer, so it'll work.
Pep's a big admirer of Harry Kane, so it could work. And I think Spurs.
I think it'll work.
I mean, but it's just doing business with Daniel Levy, bro. Like no one wants to do that, innit? Like no one wants to do business with Daniel Levy. And I think Sugar Kane's still got 4 years left on his contract.
Ooh, yeah, 3 years. Yeah, he's still got 3 years left. So
yeah, 3 years. So like his bargaining tools aren't there. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, Erling Haaland, bruv, that's a saga that's going to be going on. And,
do you know what? Do you know what I really like about what Haaland and Mbappe have done? I think we discussed it before. They've signed contracts where they are in charge. I don't know what it is with these players in England, but they get the first contract to their face, they see the numbers and they're like, yep, 7-year deal, I'm signing it.
Yeah.
Not thinking, I wonder if my team is actually going to be competing in about 3 years' time.
It's true.
It's
that's what happened. That's what them Spurs players did. Like, remember when Dele Alli, Harry Kane, Son, they all signed contracts at the same time, committing their future. Don't be wrong. Under Poch, I probably would have done the same thing. but now they're stuck under Mourinho, and now they can't get out. So listen, it's a
This
it's
is
a
it. They
lesson.
saw themselves in glory in the lights with Poch, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
And now they're seeing themselves in the misery and the chasms, bruv. Trying to order it's League Cup or bust now.
Imagine that.
I think they don't
Yeah,
win that.
Oh,
You know
man.
what? I've got a feeling they're gonna win that, but we'll
I'm
get
telling
to
you,
it.
right, I
man.
got a bad feeling. They're gonna win it, bruv.
You who always predicts them to
and-
not win.
And then Maureen will go on like to say they won the Champions League when
Exactly.
they win that.
I
He'll
want
be
a
like,
trophy for the.
Oh
I
my
won
god,
the
there will be,
trophy
and the
with Spurs.
fans. Oh my god, there will be tears.
You know what's funny though? Imagine, Tottenham in the last, I think it's 30 years actually, have only won one League Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jonathan
that was their
Woodgate
last
against Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah, that is shocking.
That's shocking. But that's what happens with small clubs.
And the thing is, they you know how they always kind of like do the FA Cup and other titles. It's like, oh, it's a small cup. Arsenal's won. The way
Sorry,
they're gonna
no, I
react
don't know. No
when-
Tottenham fan that says that,
Oh no, people in my group have said in one of my groups. have
Really?
said that.
They ain't got
Wow.
no need to talk, bruv. They're
you
out
know,
here winning.
when they win
they're
the
out here
League Cup,
winning. They were out here winning Audi Cups and that, bruv. They
the
got no right to talk.
If they win the League Cup, the tears that they're gonna shed of happiness, it's gonna be
man.
funny. But as you
man.
said, Champions League celebrations.
I'm telling you. But,
Imagine they have a parade for it. Imagine they have a parade for it.
They will. The lockdown's ending at just the right
Hey,
time for them, man.
lockdown's ending, bruv. They'll have an open top bus. Bruv. They'll have a stage set up outside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, bruv, with like their
Freaking
40
dog.
fans celebrating the League Cup, bruv. Like, it's gonna-
No, they're all
Oh.
going to be out there because they haven't been able to get to the what's it called? The
they're probably gonna want
Stadium.
that. They're probably gonna want to crystallize that League Cup, bruv.
Freaking hell.
Oh my
Oh.
days! But yeah, we got to move. We got to move because we are running out of time. Truth, over to you.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since our last thing. It was only the 4 fixtures that we had. Unfortunately, your boy didn't win that. Flipping Jay somehow came and won that.
I should have won, bruv. I predicted scorers. I predicted scorers.
Hey, I don't care. Even though you got a point for the West Ham Arsenal one, you should get no point for a goalless draw, considering it was 3-3. There should be 0 points. But yeah, unfortunately, Jay won that one. He predicted the Leeds Fulham game correct. No one else got a correct scoreline. I don't think I got any score right that game actually. That game week. Yeah, I didn't get anyone right. It's a hard one to predict. So
You're
Jay got
losing
a
your
point.
powers.
Jay's got a point. TJ's still waiting to get one on the board.
Oh my days,
KA's got one. Well, now's your opportunity. This week, some big games. We're gonna start.
Chelsea was prominent.
Is it Chelsea West Brom? Is that the first one?
Yeah, I think so.
12:30.
Yeah, Chelsea West Brom. Let's go to you, Mr. KA.
2-0 Chelsea.
You're going for my scoreline, this guy.
You asked us to go first, so
Yeah, I should have thought about that. Now I'm joking now. 2-0 Chelsea, yeah?
yeah.
TJ?
I'm gonna go 3-0 Chelsea. Chelsea at
I
home,
was
innit?
gonna say, yeah, they're at home.
Yeah,
I was gonna
3-0
say 3
Chelsea.
as well, but then I thought, nah, let me keep it to 2 because who's scoring the goals? It's not Werner. So did you guys see his Germany miss?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
Not to
Oh,
go off,
man.
not to go off on the sidetrack.
It was so bad.
Nah, it was bad. It was
Bruv,
bad.
that swap deal is imminent, bruv.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't see West Brom scoring at all. I'm gonna go 2-0 as well. I like 2-0 for Chelsea. As you said, they don't score a lot of goals. Next one is the big one. Actually, shall I do?
No, Leicester City.
No, let's do
first.
Let's do Leicester Man
Leicester
City.
City.
Yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, Leicester City. That's
What about the
That's an
Yorkshire
interesting
Derby,
game.
man? Leeds United, Sheffield United, man. What about that?
Man said the Yorkshire Derby, bruv. Get out of here.
freaking hell.
Nah, go on.
Um,
Leicester City, Man City.
Yeah, Leicester, Man City. TJ.
I don't know how many injuries Leicester still have.
This is what I was just thinking about. I was like, who's
Maddison.
playing for them? I'm not sure.
Maddison will be back. I think Maddison will be back. I think Barnes is still out. Defenders are still out. I said Justin's out for the whole season. It's not too bad.
I'm gonna go.
They did win 5-0 last game. Man like Iniacho. Kelechi.
I'm gonna go. Two. 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
2-2. Okay.
I know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I'm not sure either, you know. I'm not sure, because yeah, it's a hard one.
Really?
I think
Why?
City will win, but Leicester are, as you said, Iniacho is scoring for them, and they played really well in the last game. With Maddison back, is he sure he's going to be back?
Yeah. Whether he's on the bench or not, I don't know, because he
And
hasn't
this is
played
it.
for a
It
while.
depends on how much that changes them, the way they play. So I'm going to go 2-1 City.
2-1. I'm going 3-1 City. I think that's an easy win. Before that,
Okay.
Sheffield United. I know they beat United, and then they beat Sheffield United, but still not sure about Leicester.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Big game, Arsenal Liverpool. I go first with this one. I think we win 3-1. Guys laughing at my score.
Yeah. What's your predictions, DJ? Then I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
Wow.
I think they need to win. I think
that plays into our hands. Okay.
I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Jeez. It's the first time you got some confidence with us.
Come on, you Gunners.
Let's go to Man United. Oh crap. I've got Tottenham in there.
Did you give your score?
Yeah. Oh wait.
You said
Yes, a 3-1.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't.
I forgot.
Okay.
I nearly skipped over them. Newcastle, Tottenham. I don't know what team is worse right now. You know what? As much as I can't bet for a Tottenham win, it's Steve Bruce and this Newcastle side. Like they're so bad. I'm gonna go 0-0.
Wow. Do you think Son's gonna be back? I think he should be back.
I don't know. I just know Newcastle are so bad. Okay.
Yeah, I think Son should be back because he didn't go off to Korea to play. So I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
I think that's fair. TJ.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs.
Man thinks Newcastle are gonna score a goal.
St. Maxi is back.
Oh my days,
St.
man.
Maxi is back.
What is this nonsense?
St.
bro?
Maxi and Almiron are back.
This one's a very big game. Man United versus Brighton. Let's go to K for this one.
I'm gonna go. It depends on what Brighton team turns up, but I'm gonna go 2-1 United. Actually, yeah, 2-1. I'll give United the win. 2-1.
Really, you don't Trossard scored a goal midweek.
As I said,
Welbeck's returning. You know.
It depends on what United team turns up, but Joy, the look on TJ's face, I'm expecting 3-0 Brighton coming up.
No, TJ knows it's gonna be an Ole masterclass. Go on, TJ. I know you want to say it. 3-1 United. I'm putting it down actually.
1-1.
The
Yeah,
man
that's
actually
better than
stealing
I
my
thought.
scoreline.
That's better than I thought. So.
Nah, because he doesn't believe 1-1.
1-0 United.
You know why I like TJ predicting United scoreline when United win? For some reason, yeah, when he predicts United, it just doesn't happen. I'm gonna go 1-1. I think Brighton are so dangerous right now. They're such an annoying team to play.
I know.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1. There we have it. 5
Oh.
fixtures.
Yeah, go
I
on.
don't know why I thought there was one more.
No, that's it.
Oh, but you
So
lot,
did I.
that's because you lot are playing Liverpool. That's why.
Yeah.
There's games on Monday, but they're not big games. So.
No, yeah, no one cares. No one cares about this. But yes, people, that is it from us. Back after 2 weeks off. Another preview for you. Want to say thank you very much to The Truth and Mr. KA. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Pleasure.
Yep. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and put your predictions down below in the comments.
Yeah, what Mr. KA said. Don't forget, people, we are going to run back WWE before WrestleMania. We're going to get that out for you. As I said, on the boxing, the UFC, we have promised you NBA. The three of us will be doing the NBA next week. It will come out for you. The buyout deadline will be done next week. We're going to get that out for you. There's so much to cover and talk about, but we will get it done.
Every day there's something new in it.
Yeah, basically.
I know.
Something new, man.
It's nuts. Like, we got so much to cover on that. I think we're going to need to do a 2-parter, to be honest. But we'll definitely get that out for you. Obviously, and everything else. UFC is coming back up again, 261, and all that good stuff. But that's it from us. Make sure you stay safe, keep your family safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.
Toodles.